Alright, welcome back to the second part of the previous video that talks about area of cycle or cycle matters. This is the window we were able to generate. But one thing is, these buttons are dormant. Any of the buttons, if you click on any of the buttons, it seems not to work. So let's start from the coding side, the IDE. If I run it and I click on close button, nothing happens. So let's start with the close button, please. For it to work, you need to do what we call registration of buttons on JFrame. Okay, so you can do that later here after the visibility. You now say register buttons on JFrame. To register buttons on JFrame, there are some other things you need to do from the declaration of the class. Button registration means allowing the buttons to function. So if I click on area, nothing happens. Perimeter, clear, close, nothing happens. So you come over here on the declaration and add another thing here. You now say implement ActionListener. Implement ActionListener. Please look over here. This is what I've added on the declaration, and immediately when you add, an error message will occur here. You see an error message here that is being underlined, but under it, it says add unimplemented method. So if you click on it, then you go down the last portion of your program, you see another method here called ActionPerformed being added. ActionPerformed over here, it will be added here. You can write this override if you like. You can remove it. Okay, but if you anyway, it all depends what you have on ground. So over here, the ActionPerformed is being added. So this is where you're going to write your functionalities. But before then, you need to register buttons on JFrame. So button registration on JFrame means calling the name of the button, BTN close, right? Then you say .add ActionListener, and then this as a parameter here. It means you are adding the ActionListener of this button on what? On the JFrame. So this is button registration. It has now registered. So now if you click on the button, some things will occur. But before you start, this is the action event. What we mean by action event, the triggering of the button. Please look over here. If I click on this, you see it shows that it has been clicked. So if I click on this area has not been clicked, right? And other buttons have not been clicked. But if I click on this, the source of the event comes from close. So that's what we call triggering of a button. When you click, you are triggering. It's like if you knock on the head of someone, that person will really pay attention. Is it not to you? Is it not? So that's exactly what is happening here. Event, ActionListener, action event. So this is the action event. So please, let's start. Here, let's make it E. You can give it anything, simple, one letter, A, E, X, whatever. But because it is action event, we used to give it E. Then you now check if what? E.getSource. That is, if the source of the event comes from, please, what is this double equal? Huh? Huh? Double equal. What kind of equality? Huh? 5 marks. What kind of equality is this? Huh? Yes, what? What? No. Somebody is saying equivalent. You didn't say it correctly. Yes, comparison, of course it is comparison. Relational, if you want to say relational, but relational doesn't use double equals. 5 marks. This is logical equals to. You are logically testing. So if it is BTN close, BTN what? BTN close. So we're testing if the event comes from BTN testing, a BTN close. What do you want it to do? You should close the screen, right? Then you write system.exit. There are many ways. You can say system.dispose. It's something. System dot what? Let's use exit. Dot exit. Then you make it 1. That is what? Boolean value, right? If I click, it goes up. Is it? So now it is functioning now. Is it not? If I run and I click on close, it closes. Then I'll give you an assignment here. What if you click? What if I click on close and I click on it mistakenly? So I want the system to ask me, are you sure you want to close? Then you say yes or no. You select. This is an assignment and I'll collect it next week. Do you understand the question? Huh? It will prompt you another what we call a J option pen. It asks you a question. Are you sure you want to close? That is not a mistake, right? No, it's an assignment I gave you. That's how you learn. If I tend to solve all problems, you won't learn anything. So let's move to the area now. Area. If I click on area, something should occur. It should calculate area, right? By collecting radius. So please let's quickly solve this problem. I want us to finish before 12. Inshallah. So now you say else if e dot get source equals BTN area. You see how we segregate between the buttons, right? If I click on this happens. If I click on that, but please let us understand that this is not the only way of adding functionalities. There's what we call inner class. For inner class, you don't need to be saying if this button, if that button. You only create methods for the buttons, and anyone that is being clicked, you attach the action event with it. But for us, we are starting as a beginner. This is how you start with. So else if get source is equals to BTN area. So please, what are we supposed to be doing in BTN area? First of all, we need to collect input from user. All right. When you collect input from user, it's going to be in form of TXT. You need to convert it from TXT to string, and from string to double, because radius is supposed to be double. The whole calculation is supposed to be what? Double. So let's first of all collect area. After collecting radius, collect radius. After collecting radius from user, then we calculate the area. The area with the help of double type. So let's do that. You do it within here. Please, is it visible to those at the back, or we should increase the zoom? Let's do it because this is the main thing. I think it's now visible to all, right? Yes. Let me create some spaces for it to go up here, so we can be seen. All right. Hope there's no error. Yeah, no error message. So first of all, I need to say double. This is a type, right? It's a data type, double. Radius, I can say my radius as a what we call a local variable, right? My radius equals to, then What is responsible for displaying or for collecting it? TXT Radius, right?
Yes.
This is TX. This is where somebody enters maybe 2.5, for example, right? And I want to collect input from here. So TXT what? TXT Radius dot get text. This is how you get text. But do you know this text is in TXT and not in what? It is not. It is neither double nor string. It is not a string. It is a TXT. If you print it out, you see just chunks of things. I don't want us to waste time. We would have done that, but I want us to understand something now. You now say dot to string. So please, here we converted it to string, is it? But then the actual thing is we want to make use of it as what? As double. So we need to convert everything to double. Please, let's understand this. We need to convert everything to what? Double. From here to here, it has been collected. Is it? Here it has been converted to what? String. Now we need to convert this string to what? Double. So let me cut it like this, and then I will introduce double. Yeah, double. Sorry. Double dot pass dot pass what? Double dot pass double. This one we call wrapper class. You know, I've been mentioning wrapper class, right? You know, in Java we have data types. The data types we have we have categories, two of categories of data types. We have the primitive and the referenced. Primitive data types are 8. The reference data types, we don't know the number of reference data types because they are derived from classes. So now the next thing is you need to understand conversion from one type to another type, one data type to another. Convert from string to what? To int. Int to string. String to double. Double to string. So if you want to convert from double to string, or from string to double, you have to introduce this wrapper class. Actually, you must understand this for you to be able to code in Java. Otherwise, you'll be in an issue. Now you see the conversion is done. So please, who can explain this? We converted, first of all, we collected the radius, and then we converted to string, and now the string completely is being converted to what? Double. Do we understand?
Yes, sir.
The reason why you're seeing this yellow underline is that this variable has been declared. It's not an error message. It is a warning. It has been declared and it is not yet being used. So since it is not yet used, the compiler gives you a warning that a value of the local variable radius is not used. It's not being used. So now let's use it to just test whether we've collected the radius. You know, ideally we're supposed to collect from here and give radius here, area here, right? So let's just collect the radius and display it on area for the first time for us to confirm that we have collected the correct thing. Then we'll do the calculation. So if I want to display on radius, on area, I'll do this TXT what? Then I'll call the area, that's the TXT area, the set what? The set text. Then I'll call this radius here. In here. You don't need any conversion here. Okay, sorry, you need conversion. It is not a text. It is rather what? It is a double. So, and then this is text. So you need to convert. You need to do something here we call double dot to string. Actually, these are things that are actually discouraging developers from using Java. You just need to pay attention and understand these conversions. I convert from here to here, and I want to do this. I have to do this before I do it. If you're able to adhere to these instructions and principles, then you're good to go. Then now let's run our program. Program is being run here. Is it? Please, somebody should give us radius. Give us radius. Give me radius, any radius, please. Don't waste time. 3.0 radius. Then I click on area. You see, can someone tell me the reason why it hasn't worked? I haven't registered this button, but everything is correct. It is yet dormant since it has not been registered. So let's quickly go and register it here. Can you see I only registered what? BTN close, is it? So BTN area dot what? Add action listener, and then this. So let's run. What did you say? What's your name? Joel. 3.0. Then I click on add. Can you see 3.0 over here? Huh? That's just what we asked it to do. So now let's calculate the area and display it there. Do we understand? Okay. So let's go back to the action perform action event. So here we don't need this. This is not our aim, right? Right now, is it? Let's do calculation. What is the area of cycle by pi r square, right? Pi r square, is it? Pi r square. So how do we write pi r square? Somebody is giving me a wrong answer. Joel. Okay, I mentioned you in video, sorry. Huh? We said what is you see, you don't do that in program. Where do I get pi here? Like insert symbol, right? Is this symbol? I need the value of pi. Equation. It's here, right? Is this not area? Is it? This area, is it not? So how do you write it? I'll send you one assignment. You have to convert 50 formulae, if you like, from being it mathematical notations, mathematical expressions into Java expressions. If you write, if you say A equals, what did you say, Joy? 3.14. That you're converting value of pi. I'll give you 0. Java has something we call math function. You have to use math function, and it's here with me here. Let me just give you math function. Java math class. Please, we wanted to convert to pi, right? We wanted to convert pi, right? Huh? Let me see if they have represented pi here. It's like they haven't represented. Okay, look at it. Math.pi. This is what you use. If you use 3 point something, I'll give you 0. If you use 22/7, I'll give you 0. Yes. You have to use what Java defines. But look at it here. It has been defined 3.14 whatever. And it is double. So for all mathematical expressions, all mathematical constants, or mathematical, mathematical values that are known, be it geometry, be it what do you call it? This tan theta, what is trigonometry, right? Thank you, trigonometrics. Tan, sin, sine, cos, cosecant theta, things like that. They are all available. Please check over them here. Can you see them here? This is how you use them. Even the lin function, you use log e. Okay, so let's continue. We don't have much time, please. So what you do is to convert it using the notations, the expressions by Java. You now say now double area equals, what is it? Pi r square, right? Pi is giving us math. This is a math function, math pi. Okay, math pi. Then asterisk, which is multiplication. R squared. For r squared, how do you write? I told you say RR. So math dot power, math dot power. Then it will ask you to represent your argument 0 and argument 1. The argument 0 is the base. For like if somebody says, if someone says, for example, x squared, x to power e, right? X squared here, like this. You see, 1 is base and 1 is what? The x is the base and the 2 is index. So this is what you do. You now say here, to power what? 2. If it is to power 3, you make it 3. To power 4. You understand? That's how it is. And we don't have we said what? My radius.
Like what if you want to bring that power, like it's so there, like something such as user it's power.
Collect the n now and put it there. Are there not parameters? 2 parameters? Then you collect the base, put it there. Yeah. Joel, are you with us? Sorry, I'm calling your name on the video, in the video rather. So, all right, then we set it on the what? On the area here. So you call TXT area dot set text. Then over here, if you paste it, it's going to be a problem. This area, because it is double, while here it's text. The data type are not same. So you now say double dot to string. Okay, then you paste. So when you run, you said 3.0, right? If you click, it gives you this as your answer. 28 points. If we should use 7 as I want us to use something we can verify. If we should use 7 as radius, what's the expected answer? 7 area 3.9 something. I want us to verify what we're doing. What? When you use what? 153? Huh? 1.3.8. So is our calculation correct? This is pi, right? Huh? You said? 7, yeah. Pi r squared. R squared. Sorry, let me print out just r squared without the pi. I just want to test something. That means I'm printing r squared here. See if I should leave it as it is, right? So let's say 2. It should give us what? 4. And it's right? Is it? So let me enclose this in a bracket. And then everything match that pi, right? I multiply everything. So what is the value you said you use? 7. Okay. I was the one not going back. It was okay if you write from onset. 153 point. Is it? 1.3.9. You know, when you work, anytime you have calculated something, please try to check and test and verify that it's correct. So it's correct. Please, another assignment. You're going to implement for perimeter and clear. perimeter and clear. We're going to stop here. You implement for perimeter and clear, and you know perimeter is given as 2 pi r, is it? Yeah, and then for clear, okay, let me do that of clear right now. First of all, let's register it on button. BTN clear dot add component, and the component should be this. Sorry, not add component, add action listener. And then this. So it has been registered. Sorry, else if what is happening? Else if okay, e dot get source equals BTN clear. Okay, the BTN clear. What do you want to do when we click on BTN? You should clear everything, right? So what you do is you call all text boxes and clear them. You now say TXT Radius, the set text. It is not the default value for string, so you are clearing it. That means it should display nothing. You should clear everything. I mean, so this for area peri, and then here for what's the next one? Area. Thank you. So if you click and you introduce some radius and you click on it here, maybe you have something here. If you click on area, I mean clear, it will clear everything. So I think we're done with this cycle matters. Another assignment for you is to go and implement pairing. In our next meeting, after discussing the object-oriented principles, we're going to start working on these things. This is the window we will start working on. Please, some of you should start looking at how you come up with this text area, the J scroll button, and the entire Geo. So we're going to stop the video here.